Hey everyone, it's Divine Readings with a Gypsy. You might notice that my attire is not, kind of picking fun at myself, but my attire is not pajamas for once. Well, maybe I am cheating just a little bit. Maybe these earrings are a little bit too much. Just a little bit. I'm still in my basketball shorts, but I'm trying to at least start putting my girl back on. It's been 4 months since my daughters have been born, and it's actually almost going on to 5 months now. Sheesh. It's been a while since they've been born, and I'm trying to reclaim my girlness. So, please help me support me on this a little bit. I'm asking for words of encouragement a little bit. Because I'm really, really trying hard. It's been such a rough journey for me. You guys have not a clue how rough this journey has been for me. Just to get this far of trying to look professional on YouTube or professional everywhere else. They actually make fun of it in, what was it? How I Met Your Mother. The boxer short boundaries, or the boxer short, I might have to take my pheasant earrings out, but the boxer short boundaries of the house. If you leave the bedroom at a certain point, then that's not cool, and if you leave the house in your boxer shorts, then you know that there's something wrong. So I guess my boxer short rule has gotten to public YouTube and things like that. It's pretty bad. I'm sorry about that, and I'm trying my best. This is me trying my best. Okay, but that's not what I wanted to talk about today. Today I want to talk about, I don't usually do deck walkthroughs. However, I might have to switch out my earring to a different hole. I have 2 piercings in my ear, and sorry, I'm using my Tad as a camera. And I probably could do it blindfolded too, but oh well. But, okay. What I wanted to talk about was the Morgan's Tarot, or do a brief walkthrough and talk a little bit about the Morgan's Tarot. This is not a typical tarot deck. I'm going to warn you all now because I made the same... It's still doing it. I made the same mistake when I bought this deck. This deck is more of a 78 card oracle deck, not a tarot deck. I just wanted to post that out there, just for the record, so other people didn't make the same mistake as I did when I first bought this deck. Compulsively. Compulsively bought this deck thinking it was a beautiful black and white deck in the metaphysical store, about 45 minutes away from our house here, in Luray, Virginia. So you kind of have an idea where I live, but I'm not going to post where I live or what town I live in. I just going to ambiguously tell you what towns I visit and all that stuff, but not really the town I live in. So up in Luray is a metaphysical store, and it's actually one of my favorite metaphysical stores of this area, and it's one of the only, sadly, metaphysical stores in my area. But they are a little bit overpriced in their decks, and the decks that I do get in and stuff, and they don't get in a lot. This deck does not come with a 78 card oracle deck. I'm going to call this an oracle deck, not a tarot deck, throughout this whole video, just as a disclaimer too. This little white booklet with this deck is not very descriptive of anything, juicy information you can learn anything about this deck whatsoever. I think this deck was originally published, yes, at 1970 is the original published date or release date of this deck. And it's the best oracle deck you could ever purchase in your deck collection. And I'll tell you why here in a little while, but this is definitely one of my favorite Oracle decks. If I had 2 Oracle decks if every other Oracle deck was to go away, and I had 2 Oracle decks, the Tao Oracle is deck number 1, and this Oracle deck is deck number 2, would be in my forever collection. And it really doesn't, it has a basic description of the cards, like so, but you will see when I flip through the deck, it's not very clear on which card is which sometimes in the descriptions. And it actually doesn't give a very good, it's not very good. It's not a very good guidebook at all. It's really a bad little white book. And they have the Celtic crossbred jammed in the back, and I don't think this deck is a tarot deck whatsoever. And I would never do the Celtic Cross with this deck. But I guess if you wanted to, you could. Let me show you the backs first. How fucking awesome is that? This back is awesome. And just to tell you what size tarot deck this is, it's a standard tarot deck size. And it's also a US Gaming Systems deck. And I think that this one, I don't know how the other copies of this deck are. This one may look like to be the 2009 copy version of this deck. I don't know if they reprinted this deck at all. But this cardstock is sexy. It's not too thick, not too thin. I am a big supporter of US Gaming Systems cardstock. I think it's just right to me. To me, it's just right. I know other people may have complaints and say it might be a little thick here and there. This feather is going to be the end of me. But my sister made these. My sister made them. And they're cute. And they're adorable. But they get in my mouth when I'm talking about tarot cards. Okay. So now we could talk about the cards. Like I said, I'm not very good at deck walkthroughs, but we are going to try to walk through this together. And this deck is if you are a Stevie Nicks kind of personality, this deck, Grateful Dead, Stevie Nicks, Bob Dylan, if you're a old hippie or just one of the original hippies out there, I know some tarot deck people in our community are probably the original hippies out there. This deck has your name all over it. And this deck has a sense of humor in a way that makes me smile. It says pigs and fishes surround you. I've re-looked at my YouTube videos and stuff, and it has the words forward, but for me, it looks like a mirror image when I'm talking to the camera. Power. And you can see that they do have the copyright there. US Gaming Systems. We can put the copyright somewhere else, can't we? Hand. And you could see where, I hope you could see, you are our God. Wow. Love is our God. I love this. Oh my God. But I hope you guys could see where you could totally use this deck in combination with with your tarot decks and stuff like that. This deck, believe it or not, is very harmonious to the point where it's like hand and glove with the Prisma's Visions Tarot. And I was out of the water, like, how it does this deck, so quirky and so fun, end up with the Prisma's Visions Tarot? I have not a clue. And you got grass. Mm-hmm. And you could just, and honestly, how I read with this deck, this one is kind of an unnamed card, but how I read with this deck is intuitively. This is Central Headquarters. Or Central, yeah, this is Central Headquarters. Oh my goodness. I love this deck. It's so quirky. Let's see if I can read it backwards. This war has reached a critical point between Atlantis and Mu. Wait. Oh, I love this card. Because when you combine tarot decks and stuff like that, you could have this in the center or between two columns and stuff. And between two relationships and stuff. Wait. It's cool. Far out. This deck is pretty far out as far as hippiness goes. And I love this one. Do it now. Keywords on this deck is like amazing. There is no you. Oh my god. And I get this card all the time. And there I was surrounded. Oh my god. I have to read this before I await further orders. It says here on the card in the scrolly, wait further orders, and then you got orders right down there. Your doubt is your faith, if necessary in your particular case, perhaps doubt. I like that. And then you got Ball. The one line is rootless and foundations. Mind. Heavy. What are you feeling now? Or what was it I was doing a minute ago? Yesterday's truth. What's happening? As above, so below. There's nothing you can do. Trip. Insignificant change. Boo. The path. Stop. Don't worry, you can do no wrong. When he cut his hair, and I love his curly mustache. It is not what you do that counts. It is where your head is at. And it has really cute little sayings for the day, if that's what you're into. But I don't use this deck that way. I love to use it as like an oracle deck with other tarot decks. Although, the dream, it is a good one-day draw tarot deck. Not unfolding the way it should, the universe. And I have not figured out this card deck at all, if it has some correspondences with Rider-Waite. I think it's its own system. I've played with this deck for almost 2 years now, and it's its own system, I've decided. It's an oracle deck. I think I'll make a Buddha. Message Monday. You're a pawn. You are experiencing an illegitimate feeling. Do not meddle in the affairs of wizards, for they are subtle and quick to anger. Speed! Oh, this one is a negative card. Drug dragged. But if this deck actually was originally released during the hippies, I like that. Passion. Somewhere there's a leak in energy. Do wackadoo. Do wackadoo. I still don't understand. So this deck really came out during the times where the computers actually surrounded it took up an entire room like this. So this is and it kind of spills out information, and so you could imagine like your laptop and it having like a blank screen or something like that, and you're like, I still don't know what to do. I love it. Your mission is still not complete. It's a dog eat dog food world. And then, always remember this. Drink gold. Ignore the proceeding. I love how they have some of the other cards, the images of this. Ignore the proceeding. Tomato, potato, eggplant. Watch the cosmic drama. And I can't really read that one, but it's reigns is the keyword on that. Off, on, go ahead, on. The Virgin Sun Queen. Awake. Whatever is right. This deck is not really tremble, I think you've noticed, because you have like almost drawn in lines, but I actually kind of like it this way. And plus the back is not very good with trimming. Keep up the good work. Building a pyramid that probably took hundreds of years, even in their lifetime. So, although the archaeologists argue with on TV saying, "Oh no, they built it in the lifetime of the pharaohs," I say bullshit on that one, but that's me. And if they want to come and tell me and set me straight, by all means. Door to the Akashic records. Oh, and this kind of is like kind of reminds me. They have a lot of Egyptian references in this deck too, as you saw with the pyramid, and I think Starchild Tarot has the extra card is Akashic records. I think I'm going to take that card out of my deck just because I'm usually okay with extra cards in my deck, but for that one, I'm like, I'm not vibing with it, so I might have to take that one out of my deck. And think about it for a while. Oh, this is one of my favorite cards. Freak. And then you have a blank card. And I think you could read it blank. But I like to read it in blank. I think it's meant to be in the deck. Blank. If there is a judge, you are it. Judge. I came from a different planet. There are no mistakes in the universe. Baba. Down home funk. Oh. Someone is laughing at you. Oh man. Forget it. And then forget the I. Forget and forget it. Be careful going around curbs. Very good advice. Wordless. Robot. Mushroom. Oh. From here on, it is nothing but a downhill run. I like that. one of my favorite cards. Let George do it. Eternal Bliss. Ohm. I love my ohms. Actually, I want a tattoo of an ohm one day on my, just somewhere. This not be a perfect circle, but it's a perfect whatever it is. I love it. This, I was actually thinking of this card today. This is not a perfect circle, but it's a perfect whatever it is. I am resonating with this card right now. This is one of my favorite cards, by the way. Teehee. Love. Oh, man. Nobody here but us folk. Try to relax. There are no others. No trip without a tripper. The Valley. Maya, Field of the Lord. I just love this deck so much. Does consciousness ring a bell? Consciousness. Who am I? And this is the one that's on the... I thought this one was... Oh, this one was on the guidebook. I was like, I knew that this one was somewhere. And this is the last card. It's Rebirth, Death, and Rebirth. I hope you guys really enjoyed that brief walkthrough. I just, yeah, it's 21 minutes of film so far. I hope you guys really like that brief walkthrough, and I'm sorry about my feather getting my mouth. But, yeah, this deck is really great in combo with other tarot decks. Eventually, I want to do a talk and walkthrough of this deck. I have to ask permission of the energy of my husband in this deck. I'm not usually superstitious on picking up other people's tarot decks, but this deck is my husband's baby. And energetically, he's attached to it, and I'm an energies person. I don't know why. I just don't feel right picking up somebody's tarot deck because their intentions were put into it. Does that make sense? It's not usually I'm superstitious on picking up other people's decks, but it's the intentions being put in it by the other person that I feel the energy of. That gets into another topic, but I really do want to walk through that deck eventually too. But just, the Morgan's Tarot is definitely so much fun. It's a throwaway talk box if you don't want to sort it in talk box. But this deck is so funny. It's so fun. It puts a smile on my face every time I use it. If that's not healing, then I don't know what is. There you go. And I all hope that you have a blessed day, and tarot on, okay?